Hey guys, DC Network here, coming at you with another video. Well, I was about to edit my video for today with an update on the whole Ben 10 DVD box set situation, as I did get a response from Warner Brothers Discovery on what's going on behind the scenes right now. Stay tuned for that video because that has been delayed because I got a text message from a friend saying, hey, check this out, and there's apparently a trailer for the Amazing World of Gumball Season 7 that just went live, and oh boy, there's a few things about this trailer. First and foremost, let's get into the trailer itself. The trailer itself essentially starts out with the world of Elmore looking like it's covered in dust. You have Gumball and Darwin with a pile of dust on top of them, and essentially this is alluding to the fact that, hey, where has this show been? It's been gone for 7 years, and even Gumball's like, oh no, we're late for school, and Darwin's like, how late? And they're like, 7 years, and then they sneeze, all the dust disappears, and that's essentially the end of the trailer. So it seems like in typical Gumball fashion, and I was expecting them to do this with Season 7, they're going to address in universe that, hey, there was a 7-year delay between seasons. This show was canceled. We were supposed to have a movie. There's an episode, I believe, called The Cancellation Gation. I'm assuming that's going to go into the show getting canceled and then coming back and all that. Typical Gumball fun, typical Gumball fashion. It looks really good as well from an animation point of view. It does look very crisp. It looks like a more modern, take on the Gumball world, which you would expect because it's been 7 years since we got the last season. Hey guys, Future DC Network here. As I was editing this video, I noticed two things about the Amazing World of Gumball Season 7 that I felt like I had to bring to your attention. Number one, this is not the Amazing World of Gumball Season 7, but this is a brand new series in and of itself. This is a sequel series titled The Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball, so this is rather confusing because if you guys recall, initially, we were supposed to get the Amazing World of Gumball the movie, then we were supposed to get the Amazing World of Gumball the movie, followed by a new series titled The Amazing World of Gumball the series. Both of those were canceled in favor of just doing a 7th season of The Amazing World of Gumball, and apparently that 7th season that Cartoon Network had been publicly referring to as Season 7 is going to be a sequel series that's titled The Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball. This is just so confusing to me that we aren't getting Season 7, but we're getting a brand new show instead. Essentially, this is like your Steven Universe to your Steven Universe future. We have The Amazing World of Gumball, which is the original series, followed by the sequel show, The Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball. Rather confusing, rather weird. The second thing I wanted to mention is, in the trailer they mentioned how they're 7 years late for school, meaning that we can interpret that as, yeah, there's 7 years between The Amazing World of Gumball Season 6 and the first season of this new show, which would then mean that this new show isn't coming until 2026, because if you guys recall, The Amazing World of Gumball Season 6 aired its finale in either June or July of 2019. 7 years from that point would be June or July of 2026. Cartoon Network has said multiple times that this show is coming this year. Hulu saying it's coming soon. I would have interpreted that as it's coming later this summer or in the early fall of 2025, but based on the 7-year comment from the trailer, one can infer that that means this show isn't coming until 2026, so that's definitely something to keep an eye on as well when it comes to this brand new series. Now back to the rest of the video. The one instance of the trailer, in this minute-long trailer, that I saw and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Apparently in the US, this show is going to be streaming exclusively on Hulu. It is not coming to Cartoon Network. It is not going to be on Max. It is going to be exclusive to Hulu, which I just can't believe, honestly. I'm like, wow, what a way to ruin this show coming back, because we've been waiting 7 years for this show to finally get a conclusion after the cliffhanger finale that we got in what was supposed to be the end of the show in Season 6. We've been waiting for 7 years to see what's going to happen next in The Amazing World of Gumball, and not only have you kept us waiting for that long, you're also now gatekeeping us behind getting Hulu, which I believe is like $18-19 a month for the ad-free version, so it's not exactly like it's cheap. And again, this all really just points back to what I said in my video on Friday. If you haven't seen that video, card up above to it. But I was saying how the big problem with Max, soon to be HBO Max, is that half of Warner Brothers content, half of the stuff they're producing is not even on the service. A lot of their stuff they're selling to other streaming service providers, and this is another instance of that. The Amazing World of Gumball Season 7 should be coming to Cartoon Network. It should be streaming the next day on Max, but no, it's not. It's going to be streaming exclusively on Hulu. And I should mention as well that they said this is coming soon, so we don't exactly have a release date for it per se, but we know it's coming soon. It's just a frustrating situation. I just cannot believe this is the path they're going down, because it raises so many questions for me. Number one, what is going to happen from a release schedule point of view? I'm not familiar with how Hulu Hulu releases their shows. I know some streaming services like Netflix, they typically release all the episodes in one day, whereas other streaming service providers like Disney Plus, they will release their shows weekly. Max does the same thing. Amazon Prime Video also does everything in the first day for a show like Batman Cape Crusader. So what are we going to do here with Hulu? Are we going to get all of season 7 day one, or is this show going to premiere weekly new episodes? If that's the case, that's very expensive for someone who doesn't have Hulu. I do not have Hulu. I want to watch this show. I really don't want to pay $19 a month to watch The Amazing World of Gumball. I'm sorry, but that's absolutely absurd. And number two, does that mean that Cartoon Network straight up is just never going to air season 7 of The Amazing World of Gumball? We're just going to constantly have reruns of seasons 1 through 6, and season 7 is just going to be locked behind Hulu? It's just a mess of a situation, and what adds on to the confusion and frustration even more is the fact that Cartoon Network on Twitter confirmed that it's exclusive to Hulu here in the US, but apparently globally it's actually going to release on Cartoon Network. So what on earth happened here in the US that we're not releasing The Amazing World of Gumball on Cartoon Network itself, but we're releasing it on Cartoon Network everywhere else in the world? It just seems like they're trying to nickel and dime us, typical Warner Brothers Discovery fashion. It's just such a frustrating situation because really, The Amazing World of Gumball coming back to Cartoon Network was going to be a major positive for the channel this year. It's going to draw a lot of viewership to the channel. Obviously, Gumball is a massive franchise for Cartoon Network. And now the fact of the matter is, we're not getting it on Cartoon Network. We're going to have to pay for Hulu to get it. It's just amazing to me because I just can't fathom how every time something positive is happening with this company, they find a way to mess it up and make it a negative story. Like with the whole Ben 10 Complete Series box set. I'm not going to go into that too in depth because I discussed that last week in a video. I'm going to be discussing it very soon in another video, but that's another situation of we're getting a complete collection of Ben 10, the classic continuity. They messed it up by excluding 40 episodes of Omniverse. Now with The Amazing World of Gumball, we're getting season 7 this year, guys. It's finally coming after waiting 7 long years to see what happens with the Void. We're finally going to get that story, but you're going to have to pay $19 a month to watch it because it's going to be on Hulu instead of Cartoon Network. Oh, you pay for Max already? Oh, well, that's cool. Thank you for supporting our streaming service, but we're not putting our own show on our own streaming service. Again, what is the point of Max then? Why should I get Max when you're giving your other shows to Hulu? I'll just give Hulu my money instead of giving you my money. It just makes no sense. To top it all off as well, like I said, why is this premiering in other parts of the world on Cartoon Network, but then in the US it's not premiering on Cartoon Network? Are they going to shut down Cartoon Network? I mean, at this point, what is the point of this channel anymore? Why should I watch Cartoon Network when the shows that are being made for Cartoon Network aren't even premiering on Cartoon Network? It raises the question of when Adventure Time Side Quest comes out, when regular show Lost Tapes comes out, are those going to be on Hulu now? When the next Ben 10 inevitably comes out, is that going to be on Hulu? Like, what is going to be on Cartoon Network and what is going to be on Max? Like, how are you determining which shows are going to premiere on Cartoon Network, which shows are going to go to Adult Swim, which shows are going to go to Max, which shows are going to go to Hulu? It really seems like they're picking at random which show goes to which service or which show goes to which platform because, of course, Batman Cape Crusader got sold to Amazon. At the end of the day, I think what they're doing here, which is what they did for Batman Cape Crusader, is essentially they have these shows, these properties that they're like, yeah, these are rather popular series. Let's see how much we can sell them for. And if it's more lucrative for us to sell them to another provider, we're going to do that instead of airing it on our own channel. That's exactly what happened with Batman Cape Crusader. If you guys recall, Batman Cape Crusader was a part of that massive wave of cancellations a few years back when the Warner Brothers Discovery merger first happened. The Gumball movie was a part of that cancellation wave as well. And at the time, they were saying they were shopping it around to other providers to see who could buy it, who could buy the rights to air this show or air this movie. And in the case of Batman Cape Crusader, it was Amazon Prime Video. In the case of The Amazing World of Gumball movie, they didn't find a buyer. So now what they did is essentially they produced this season 7 of the show and they did the same thing again. They were like, okay, let's see who will pay us the most money to stream this show. And if it's more money than we'll make from it being on cable, on Cartoon Network, and on our streaming service Max, then we're going to air it that way. And that's essentially what happened. They found out that, hey, Hulu's going to pay us a lot of money to air this show on their streaming service. Forget about Cartoon Network, forget about Max. We're going to go there because that's going to make us the most money. At the end of the day, if that's going to be your strategy, Warner Brothers Discovery, please shut down Max. Please shut down HBO Max because there's literally no point in you having your own streaming service if you're going to pick and choose what shows actually premiere on it. Does that mean Adventure Time Fiona and Cake Season 2? You know, Season 1 was such a great success. Does that mean we're going to sell it to Hulu now and you're going to have to watch Season 1 on Max and Season 2 you're going to have to go on Hulu for? I mean, at the end of the day, where do you draw the line? Again, if this is going to be your strategy, if this is going to be how you handle your series, don't have your own streaming service then. Don't have your own networks. At that point, become a distributor. Don't have your own means to air these shows. shows, because if you're picking and choosing what you're actually airing on your own services, on your own channels, it becomes a muddied mess and your brand becomes very disjointed, because it is so weird to me to have 3 animated shows that I'm going to be watching this year in Total Drama Island premiere on Cartoon Network, and Batman Cape Crusader premiere on Amazon Prime Video, although season 2 is not confirmed for this year, so maybe we'll see that next year, who knows. And then the Amazing World of Gumball season 7 is coming to Hulu. It's so weird that all 3 of these shows are coming from the same company. They're all coming from Warner Brothers Discovery, who has their own channel, and Cartoon Network, who has their own streaming service, and Max, soon to be HBO Max, yet they're all airing in different places. We have Amazon Prime Video as the home to one, we have Hulu as the home to the other, we have Cartoon Network and Max as the home to Total Drama Island the third. It's just an absolute mess of a situation, and I just love the fact that Warner Brothers Discovery somehow found a way to mess up the Amazing World of Gumball season 7's triumphant return. They couldn't just air it on Cartoon Network here in the US just like you're doing in the rest of the world. You really have to nickel and dime us even further. Anyways, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about all this. What do you guys think about the fact that Amazing World of Gumball season 7 finally got a first look? It looks great, but you're gonna have to get Hulu to watch it. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this from DC Network. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.